Long down the right side. Caught. Touchdown, Washington State.
Booby. He is there. Booby. McChesney, long three.
What a catch by Phillip Bobo.
The Palouse is going to pop.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fieldhouse Report. I'm here with Drew Callahar. I'm Cougar Carlson, and we have a very special guest today, one of Washington State's own, LeJuan Watts. Welcome to the Fieldhouse Report.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, thank you.
All right, I'll ask the first question here, LeJuan. We were all very proud of your guys' performance in the WCC tournament. Obviously fell a little bit short of the ultimate goal. Exciting news, though, getting to play some more games. What has the preparation been like for you guys as you head towards this college basketball crown tournament?
I mean, it's been good. We've been trying to just compete all week. We had an off day, I think it was Wednesday. And, yeah, basically just competing with also doing treatment, getting our body ready because it's been a long season, obviously. But, yeah, obviously Nate and Zay left us, so we're trying to fill some shoes with the guys. But I think we can pull through.
Yeah. What has that been like, having their absence at practice? Have you felt like you've had to step up into a bigger leadership role with them being out, or how's that been?
For sure. I think I have to step into that a little bit more now that our point guard's gone, and but we still have Ethan and Dane to lead us through a lot. But it's been okay. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to do this in our lineup and how we're going to go against Georgetown because their two bigs had hit the transfer portal, so we think they might be running a little bit guard heavy. But, yeah.
How do you feel that favors you guys in preparation for Georgetown?
I think it'll help a lot. We got a lot of big guards, especially now that Zay and Nate left. We have some bigger dudes, and Ethan and Dane, they're going to have to post up a lot, and they're going to have a lot of mismatches in this game.
Well, it was reported that immediately after you were told, saying basically to the entire group, essentially, run it back. I'm ready to commit. Let's get this thing going. Can you kind of explain to your emotion in that moment, what made you do that, and what has you so fired up to continue moving forward with Washington State and David Riley?
Yeah, emotions were high at the time, but I'm pretty good with how my family and coaches have talked, and we're going to continue to talk through this next week and this next spring through everything. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were all very excited as Cougs to hear that you wanted to run it back and that you wanted to stay in Pullman. We know that you followed David Riley down from Eastern Washington. Talk a little bit about that transition. What made you decide to follow him to Washington State? What was it that was appealing about Washington State and made you ultimately decide to come and play here?
Just his plan with me. I think me and all the coaches had talked through the plan on my future and me hopefully being an NBA player one day, and just him comforting me in that whole process, like making sure I made the right decision and why coming to Wazoo was the perfect fit for me.
Obviously, you've overcome a lot throughout your basketball career, just making that adjustment that we just talked about from Eastern to WSU. What do you feel like the biggest challenges that you faced in your basketball career to this point, and how have you overcome that?
I would say probably my redshirt year. Just trying to find a role in the team, not being one of the best players was hard, obviously, after high school. And just trying to affect the team as positive as I could. And obviously I didn't play because I was redshirting, but they traveled me because I brought a lot of energy to the team, did all the hype dances and made sure everyone was good, and like trying to get everyone out of their funk if they were in one. And I think that carried over to my sophomore year where I was the sixth man, just trying to do what the team needed me to do, rebound and just make hustle plays.
You know, you kind of spoke to it, but it seems that you kind of, and it just from appearance and watching the games, but it seems as though you really play with a lot of emotion, you know, and can you speak to that and kind of like where that came from in terms of your style of play and who you are?
Yeah. I just try and do my best. If I just try to put my first foot forward and try and play hard. Obviously, I think my family had helped a lot with how I play basketball. My dad and my sister played really hard. I watched a lot of their tapes and just try to include what they did in their game into mine.
Yeah. We certainly appreciate it as alums and fans, just watching the effort that you put in on the court and how fired up you are when things go well, and when maybe things aren't going well, that you're in the center of that huddle, getting the team back on track and focused. So we know that this team has a lot of personality. We can see that on the bench. We can see that on the court. Who would you say is the funniest teammate you have in the locker room? And any good stories that might come with
Yeah,
that?
something you can maybe share. Yeah.
Oh, you put me on the spot. Probably. I'd probably say Rehard Favors. He's really funny. If you ever talk to Ree or ask him any questions, it's weird because I don't know. I just picked onto it, but if you ask him a question, he'll answer you back with a question. I'll be like, "Hey, when are you going home?" And he'll be like, "Tomorrow." And, and he'll just be like, "Oh no!" It's just really funny interacting with him. His accent and how he answers questions is just really funny. For sure.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's great. All right. Well, now we're going to move on to the really, really important, hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
I think all Coug alums have an opinion on this. Anybody that's lived in Pullman has an opinion on this. But what is the best place to eat in Pullman? And it can be in Moscow too. I know they got good restaurants over there as well.
I would say, okay, my favorite place in Pullman to eat. I really like South Fork. I just like I don't know. I like their appetizers. I like their meals.
What's the go-to order there?
I get the ribs, the baby back ribs, and the fries. And
Nice.
then their desserts are really good. I would say my favorite place in Moscow is probably Malo.
Okay.
Malo.
Nice.
We've had this talk with the coaches, and they say, what is it called? Loco Grinds. They really like Loco Grinds. I try to get Malo more now.
That's awesome. Have you tried the Cougar Gold mac and cheese at South Fork? That's
No.
that is the classic. That's what everybody. Yeah, oh, it's great. It's great. Have you tried Cougar Gold?
That was my next question. Have you tried Cougar Gold?
I haven't tried Cougar Gold, but I'll try. Maybe next time I go to South Fork.
LeJuan, I think as a thank you for doing this interview for us, I think we owe you a can of Cougar Gold. So just let us know. Okay. Just let us know where to send that, and we'll take care of you.
Okay,
we'll send it.
Awesome. Well, we know we got to see a lot of different players on the court this year. Tell us maybe somebody that we didn't get to see play a ton that we can expect to get more minutes moving forward and make an impact on next year or the year after's team.
Or even in this tournament, right?
Okay. ND Okafor, I would say, for sure is going to be an impact player next year with how physical and how, I don't know, just his blocks, the fact that he didn't play as many minutes as he probably could have, and he led the conference in blocks is ridiculous. So I think once he gets the minutes and once he puts in a hard spring, he'll be one of our guys next year for sure.
Certainly. Yeah, he was great. He was great in his minutes that he got this year, and I'm sure he'll improve in the offseason, no doubt. Are you a superstitious guy?
A little bit.
You're just a little stitious.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any pre-game rituals, any things that you have to do in order to play a good game?
Okay. Yeah, I have to shower like 3 or 4 times the game. I have to shower before when I wake up, then after shoot around, then before the game, and then I think I have another one, and then after the game. I think that's like 4 times.
Okay.
And there's 2 songs that I have to listen to, 0 to 100 and 03 Adolescence. I have to listen to those songs.
Nice. And if you don't, have you had a game where you haven't done that this season?
I have, and it was the triple-double game. I didn't listen to those songs.
Oh my
I
god.
listened to a different song, and I mean, it worked, but we lost, so I had to get back to
I gotcha.
my old songs.
I gotcha. Well, we'll know if we see you slacking off in the tournament games. We'll know he didn't get his showers in.
He
Something's
didn't get
wrong
his
with this
songs
music.
in.
Okay, I got you.
Now we know.
For
We
sure.
know the secret. Awesome. Would you mind? Obviously, I'm sure you grew up watching basketball. Grew up watching your dad play. What would you say if you had to pick one goat in basketball? Who would it be? It's a tough question because we're asking you to pick one, but
Okay. I would say, wait, like the GOAT of basketball or like my GOAT?
Your goat.
your
Your
personal.
goat.
We won't judge. We won't get into the Michael Jordan versus LeBron
Okay.
debate. It's just you. Your
Okay.
thoughts.
I would say KG. Watching KG and then watching his documentary was like, no, this guy's a freak. The way he goes about his life is just basketball, and I just love a guy that is just a hooper. He's just a hooper. He just plays basketball. That's it.
I've never heard anyone say that, but I love it because there was an opportunity that he could have been a Laker back on that. They would have traded for Andrew Bynum back in the day,
Right.
and Kobe was trying to swing that. So I love you saying that because he's actually one of my favorite players too. He's just, like you said, he's a baller.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Now you talked about the fact that you're having to take a little bit more of a leadership role. I'm sure there's guys on the roster that look up to you as a guy that plays a ton of minutes and is as passionate as you are on the court. What advice do you give to young players that might look up to you?
I would just say stay in the gym. As simple as it is, it's not a lot of people are just in the gym all day. But I think if you're in the gym all day, then you have no choice but to get better, and you're gonna get better if you're working at it. If you're an addict at something, you're gonna get better at what you want.
Yep. Well, I'm sure that's exactly what you did to get to this level. Darren, do you got any other questions you want to ask real quick?
No, I mean, honestly, we're just, like you said, we're grateful that you're a Washington State Cougar, and we know that you're going to do well in this tournament and really nail it down so you guys can get the victories that you need. So we're excited for you.
Go beat Georgetown.
I got you.
Step one.
Okay. I got you.
Exactly. Well, thanks again, LeJuan, for the time. We really appreciate it. And go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Appreciate
Go
it.
Cougs.